welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am so excited. I really am. I'm grateful too. My gratitude is sincere. My words are sincere. Happy Saturday to everyone. May all of you be blessed. These words, man. These are the truth. Praise God. Praise God, man. Thank God I'm not someone else. Someone else is having a pretty bad day, and I'm not. So I hope you're not as well. I hope all of you who find your way here to join us, I hope you're having a beautiful day. And even if you haven't, allow this to be a break for you, whether you're tuning in live or joining later. Allow this to be a break for you in your adventure. Just to pause and be safe with you in the present, with me. Because truly, life, love, the truth. That's where my mind was going. The truth will bring freedom. But the key, brothers and sisters, is to find your path, to find your alignment, to get yourself on track. The thumbnail and the idea was inspired by you. Comment, the folks who join and share comments, right? You're a part of this. You're a part of the adventure. You're a part of the lore. We are lore, man. Chats with Jack keeps you on track. Inspired by Troy. Along with those words, though, we've talked about surrender and all sorts of different topics in the past. Today, it's about finding alignment on your path, not finding your path, finding alignment to the path you are on. And you can find alignment to your path through humble acceptance, humbly accepting everything, where you are, what you've learned, what you've been through, accept it. And then when you're grounded in the present, if you ground yourself in this present moment with me, with peace and gratitude, feel the gratitude in your heart and invite love to lead your directions. Invite love to lead and guide your next steps through your day, through your life. And then, so the idea is to become aligned with the present facts, present circumstances. Allow yourself to be at peace with who you are and where you are and what is. And then as you step with love toward your future dreams, stay focused, stay attentive, allow yourself to flow, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to adapt to a greater life than you've ever lived before. Allow it to be waiting for you and you to create it. You're the tool, you're the instrument and the tool for you to create the life of your dreams. But it's just while you're alive and relatively healthy. Because if you lose your health, physical, mental, spiritual, if you lose your mental health and your spiritual health, you'll lead yourself to pain and destruction. Praise God. Praise God. That is the way. See, because this topic, finding alignment on your path, it really is as simple as acceptance. Accept who you are, and who you are at the greatest scope of things. Oh, you are so special. In the eyes of God, it took billions of years for you to be generated into who you are and what you are today. You're special. Don't let it get to your head though, right? Because life is actually pretty special. See, and I envision a world of the future starting here at home. It started with me, and I'm inviting you to join me with these ideas. We create a better world for us all through cooperation, trust, right? Helping coordinate. I lost track of where I was going. The key is to change the values of what is important. What is important? That's what I want to do. I changed in my own self what was important to me. Number one, what is important to me is the end of wars, peace, the idea of saving the unnecessary suffering of others seems pretty righteous to me, right? So, to find peace in the world, it's got to start within you. But we live in a world that's focused on authority and wealth, right? The money game keeps all the hamsters spinning on the wheels, not paying attention to the bigger picture, getting distracted by all the unnecessary conflicts and disagreements, missing the bigger picture. God has given you life today and me, and I'm safe and I'm abundant and I'm healthy and it feels good. And I know life won't always be that way for me, but at this moment it is. And so I allow love to lead me to my point. I changed my values within myself. I realize what is most important to me is life. And I believe America, the American leadership, they can guide and lead the corporations and the financial instruments, right? We can change the instruments and the tools that have developed into allowing the logistics and communications, the ability of our society, right? There's good things that have emerged. We don't want to throw away the good things, I don't think. I think we want to let go of the things that no longer serve us. Wealth and authority are illusions that we've been conditioned to believe are important. And there's a relativity of truth to it, right? You got to recognize the position, not necessarily the person. That's what the old adage was in the military. You got to recognize the rank, not the individual. You got to recognize that money is a tool. It's an indicator. It's an additional advantage towards capturing cooperation and accessing additional resources. But that's only because people believe that money is more important. And I don't know, people believe in a lot of different things. But what I want to bring our world, you and me, we are a part of this one world that is happening. It's been around a long time and the world will be here after we're done. But what type of impression are we leaving? I thought I was doing a pretty good job in my past, right? I didn't end up in jail. I didn't end up in prison. But I was a prisoner. The words from the scripture, from the Bible, there's so much truth in the wisdom that's found in there. Those who sin become a slave of sin. Those who follow Christ are free. How do you become free when you already think you are? You got to look at where you're imprisoning yourself. You got to look for your own chains and see what you're attached to. But praise God. I know I'm saying a lot of things, and for some, they hear some word salad. Well, I hope it digests well for you, and I hope the nutrients and the value is received. I lost my train of thought. I'm going to go ahead and open it up since it seems I'm kind of rambling on anyway. But I'm feeling wonderful. I'm going to open it up for conversations. Today is Saturday. It's the weekend energy. It's going to be, my goal is to make a difference, right? My goal for the future is to make a difference. Saturday and Sunday will allow the openish panel. We'll kind of hang out and just have some fun for a little while. But Monday through Friday, I keep thinking of ideas. Perhaps I'll start limiting the number of guests that join during the week, Monday through Friday, and we'll see if we can get more order and value out of the conversations. And holy cows, we have a couple of honored guests. Let me go by entry and welcome back, Scott 2B. How are you today, my brother?
I'm Jim Shoes today. I'm incognito. Oh shit, my name's up there. I can't be Jim Shoes. Nah. Oh, never mind. What's up? I'm writing a song about you right now.
Fabulous. Thank
Yes,
you.
I'm gonna actually see if I can have it, ready to play for you before long. It's kind of crazy, Jack. It's Jack Talcott saves the world.
Did you hear my other song?
No,
The other one that was recently came out?
well, who did it?
Mind Lantern.
Mind Lantern.
Here.
Yeah, I hadn't heard.
Stephen, welcome to you, brother. How are you today?
Hello, hello. Blessings. I'm glorious. What a fantastic Saturn's day. It's good to be here.
Where's Mr. Rogers, King Stephen?
Well, my image is King Friday the 13th, but I do believe that Mr. Rogers has passed away, so I have taken over his puppets.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Jack, will you
Won't
be
you be
King
mine?
Stevens?
Where's this from?
Jack Talcott's got a vision shining so bright, leading the people, spreading love's light in the hearts of the lost. He's a beacon, a guide, while truthers unite, standing side by side through the struggle and strife. We rise above. Love will guide us through the darkest of nights. Jack leading on, we'll reach new heights. Together we'll stand as the world comes alive. In the land of love, we will always thrive. From the north to the south, hand in hand, breaking down the walls, together we stand. In the skies, the heavens, dance and rejoice, as we find our true strength in one united voice. In the journey of hope, we're never alone. Love will guide us through the darkest nights. Jack leading on, we'll reach new heights. Together we'll stand as the world comes alive. In the land of love, we will always thrive. So take my hand and join this fight, for love leads the way. Our hearts will ignite.
That was good. I was enjoying that, Jack. I was playing air guitar while I was listening to it. I was
Were you?
rocking out playing air guitar. I seriously was. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That's awesome. I think it's great. You know,
Scott was
messages of
playing with himself,
love.
but I was playing air guitar.
Oh, stop.
I'm sorry. I had to say something. Like I had to tease him a little bit. Scotty boy. What's up,
Jeez.
Scott?
I'm working on a Jack Talcott song myself.
Are your hands busy?
Yeah, really, really busy. Thinking about
Okay.
choking you. I was actually making
Oh. Well, is it because I said you look kind of like Michael Moore? I was just teasing. No hard feelings. You just kind of have that Michael Moore size and look with the hat. And
right.
you know what I mean? When you're on camera
get
the
it.
other day, I never saw you till that
That's
time.
okay.
Oh, shout out to Salty Siren. We have I brought some beautiful women over here today with me.
You did that? That's not Jack's appeal?
Can you repeat that without something in your mouth? What did you say?
I said you brought them over. It wasn't Jack. And I
You
got
just
something.
I don't know if it's you're so chubby or you're eating, or it sounds like your mouth's full when you're talking. It's mumbling and it's hard to understand.
That's okay. It's because I have a lot
You
of
got to
years of
enunciate.
hard
I'm
eating.
just trying to help him. Trying to help this guy out. You got to enunciate your words.
Hey,
Not just
How'd that sound?
our Saturday keeps improving. We have more company.
Oh, Lou's here. The chicken head eater.
All
chicken head
hail
eater.
the majestic King Stephen. We love you, sir. You are
This
our best king ever.
This
How are
guy's
you,
obsessed
sir?
with me. Lou. Hello, Lou.
Yes,
Remember
I
when
love
you said you're
sir. Please,
Hey,
sir,
remember when you said
don't.
Well, let me speak. Remember when you said you wanted to lick my boots for $100? Oh, there he goes. He's he's licking my boots. Lou is quite a trip. He's quite a character. We can't hear you, Lou. Maybe that's a good thing.
I was editing his sound.
Oh, okay.
Something.
Accidentally muted him, maybe. I don't know.
I was actually editing your sound, Jack.
What's that? Lou,
and the song I'm writing for you. I'm working on.
I think you're back.
Delivery.
Somebody called him Lube Ass Luna song in the chat room. Lube Ass. Oh, Lou.
Cows. Hey, you know what? Anything is possible, Luna song. Plot twist. Lou and Jack save each other.
Jack, I just want to warn you though, like, you know, and this is sincere. If you ever go to dinner with Lou, stay away from the chicken heads and all that weird roadkill stuff he eats. I don't trust it. You could get sick on that stuff. Lou eats some weird stuff. He boils up stuff. I don't know how he could eat that stuff. Be careful if you have dinner with Lou at his place.
Lou, are you talking?
He's out in the wind. Somebody's out in the wind. Not me.
Okay. Yeah, that's Scott's noise coming through. Lou, we lost your audio. So how about I kick you and you reconnect?
Yeah, kick him off. Jack, did you notice this is a new image of me? I was out in the woods. This is me out in the woods, out in the wilderness. I love those walks with the trees and the leaves out in God's country in in nature.
Welcome
How's
back.
that?
Sir.
Is that better?
Welcome back, Luigi.
Can you hear
Yes.
me or no?
We
Yes.
can hear you, Luigi.
Okay. So I was saying,
Welcome.
Jack, I have a place for you when you're ready. Just get your ass up here to Ontario. Now you will have to work for a living. I do actually have some work for you, but you're welcome. I got a little room. It's a tiny little house, but it's enough room to put a computer and a screen. And I even have an old, a fake fireplace that we could put like one of those electric ones that it shows the fire in the back. We could set you all up, you know.
That doesn't sound bad, actually, except for the food at Lou's. Be careful of that roadkill.
Well,
That stuff. That
well, you
stuff
can
is
eat whatever you
nasty.
want. You don't have to eat. You don't have to eat what I eat.
I think
I mean,
I
if you
think
want to
Tarek
just
eats better than Lou. I
By
would
far.
say that Tarek probably eats way better than Lou does.
Yeah, by far. I'm 190 and I'm in great shape, so I'm nothing like Lou Best. But back to Jack.
Welcome,
Thank you,
Todd.
Margot.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you, Tarek. Problem is, I don't
uh,
ever want to fucking grow up.
all right, no problem. Let's take it back to Jack. Thank you, Lou Best.
That's interesting because there is many people. Words can be understood in many different ways, right? And there's people that don't want to grow up and accept responsibility that they have responsibilities,
Right.
right? And sometimes we lose track of what are we responsible for. A lot of people spend a lot of their lives climbing up these ladders of success only to find out the ladder was pointing in the wrong direction. Chasing money is not always the right answer. The right answer is chasing life. But what does life mean to you? That's the question.
I thought you were going to say chasing love, but you said chasing life. But you could put love in there as well, right? That might work.
I think they are the same. I used to resent life. I used to hate living as a human. I thought it sucked, right? Despite all the opportunities that exist, I was living a small life and I was miserable. But rather than resenting life, I've been learning how to surrender and accept what life brings me. Not only in the bigger picture, but every day, learning how to surrender and accept what life brings me and then enjoy. Because I actually believe it's true that life, it's evidence of love from God.
Mm.
Jack,
And
what
life,
kind of manual labor are you able to do? Do you have any experience with some form of manual labor? Because
yes, Lou,
just so
I
that I can
grew up.
prepare for you.
How about this? I grew up, I started working labor for others outside the family when I was 13 years old. And we grew up in the woods and around farmers. So, yeah, I understand labor. Now, I also learned that I don't really like manual labor that much. I can do it when it's required, but I always know there's other tools, there's other ways to get things done. So it depends on the
Well,
incentive, Lou. If you want me to
nobody
work,
likes manual labor. I
Some
don't
people
like
do.
manual labor. I mean,
Some people do.
I don't think
Jack,
anybody
I,
likes actual manual labor.
wait a
Now,
second. Jack,
you might have something
Lou,
that you enjoy doing better than something else, but
Lou.
generally, I don't think people enjoy manual labor. They do it to achieve an objective, and
yeah,
that's it. I suspect.
But
I could be
hold on
wrong.
a second. I think I see what's going on here. Jack is your co-host and your advisor. I think that Lou is trying to get you to be his slave, non-unionized. non-unionized. I think he's trying to get free labor out of Jack Talcott, and I have to advise against that. That's the wrong move. You need a union. You're not going to just do work for this schlub or whatever you want to call him.
Not without a
I
contract,
actually,
and I
well, I'm more
negotiate
like,
from strength. I don't negotiate from weakness, Lou. I negotiate from
right.
strength. So if you want me to work with you, there will be
Right.
terms.
I don't want to work for me. I don't want you to work for me. I want you
Lou
to
is
work with me.
anti-union, though. I think, aren't you, Lou? Is that
Are you
true?
anti-union?
Oh yes, anti-union for sure.
There you go. I don't trust this
Jack,
guy. I
pull
don't
up
trust this
Messenger.
guy.
Pull up the song I just sent you in Messenger.
Holy
I don't believe
cow!
that any government entity should get in between two men doing consensual business of any kind.
No, I agree. I agree there.
I mean, what role do we have to
You
play?
agree with
What
Lou?
role?
Yeah, I
What
mean, I
benefit?
think like I agree with Lubez based on the fact that if two people have consented to a contract, nobody should be in the middle of it. That's between two people.
I had this discussion last night. I was at a little gathering, and there was this Korean guy that was he's a professor, but he's not working right now anyway. So we had this discussion about my tenants, right? And he says, well, I wouldn't advise to have tenants right now. The labor board is very unbalanced when it comes to tenants and landlords. And I says, well, I don't deal with the labor board, the tenant board. And he got really confused about that. He says, well, they'll deal with you. I says, no, they won't. I've made an agreement with my tenants, man to man, woman to woman, face to face. And we understand each other that if they don't hold their end of the bargain, they have to leave. Simple.
What? Wait a second. What kind of slumlord dog houses do you have these people living in?
And my
You built them
tenants
yourself.
actually love me.
Okay,
They tell me all the time they've never had a landlord
Hey.
like me.
that's fabulous. Thank you, Lou.
Hello, Noel.
Back to the Jack
Lou,
Talcott show.
Yeah, you're trying to take over the show, Lou. You're trying
No,
to
I
make
don't
it
want to
about
take over
you.
the show. I don't want to
Yeah.
do that.
It's a little late
Welcome,
for that,
Noel.
Lou. It's a little late.
How are you?
Delusions of grandeur with Lou Bass.
Here in the background, Scott has, I haven't heard it yet, so I believe this is the song that you just composed, you just put together.
Well, yeah, worked on it, but yeah, just finished putting it together. And actually, it's funny you played the other one because I hadn't heard it, and that same line's in it. Jack Talcott's got a vision.
She's on her way.
Play it and see what you think
All
of it.
right. Beautiful. I'm going to mute you, Noel. I'm going to play this song, another Jack Talcott
Jam it,
song.
everybody.
Uh-oh.
We're living in a world focused on authority. The money game's got us spinning in a never-ending sea. Conflicts and disagreements distract us from the truth. But I see a brighter future where love and peace break through. Jack Talcott's got a vision to change the game, leaving wealth and illusions to claim a brand new aim. Life is what's most important, guiding corporations too. Jack Talcott's leading the way to a world that's anew. God's given us life today and a chance to make it right. We've got the power to choose to shine with love and light. We don't want to throw away the good things that we've found, but we'll let go of the things that no longer serve us now. Jack Talcott's got a vision to change the game, leaving wealth and illusions.
Hold up those Bic lighters, everyone.
To claim a brand new aim. Life is what's most important, guiding corporations too. Jack Talcott's leading the way starts anew. Recognize the position, not the person in charge. We can make a difference with a brand new charge. Let's focus on the bigger picture and work together as one. We'll create a brighter future where everyone's one. Jack Talcott's got a vision to change the game, leaving wealth and illusions to claim a brand new aim. Life is what's most important, guiding corporations too. Jack Talcott's leading the way to a world that's alive. So rise up and take the lead. With love and compassion, we'll plant the seed for a brighter tomorrow where all can thrive. Jack Talcott's saving the world, and we're alive.
Everybody's gonna
Step
fucking
aside.
uniformly hate me for that.
That's
I
think it's
amazing,
great.
Scott. How hard is that to get ChatGPT to write that for you? It's like, is it difficult?
That was a chat GPT, but it was a music production that I put into. But I told it what to do basically. If
Of course. I mean,
here,
you have to tell ChatGPT exactly what you want so that it
Don't
can
argue.
create
Just
it.
savor the moment. Savor the moment. Step aside, Joel Osteen. Jack Talcott's here in 2025.
yo, shut the fuck up, there, fucking lube ass. And I'm sorry I said fuck. Did I say that out loud?
Oh,
I meant
come on, guys. Get
shut the
along.
fuck
We were doing so well here
until you shut up,
on
King.
here. No. You're yelling at Lou. Lou's not that bad. He has dietary issues. That's all. But that was great. Everybody in the chat room seemed to love it.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention. Cool.
Lou loved it better than a chicken head.
I think
Jack-
ChatGPT is amazing. ChatGPT. I'm a wop. I can't speak.
Lou,
You
those
have
words
trouble
did-
getting that out.
Those
past your
words
teeth.
did not come
I'm
from
Italian. I'm like
ChatGPT.
I'm Italian.
The-
I'm like a Jew that can't read.
The words didn't come from ChatGPT. In all actuality, if the truth be told, all of those words were taken from Jack himself. Just about all of it was literally took. If you want to know what I did, I looked at fucking the transcript of what he was saying and just started using points that he had made.
Why
There
didn't you
go.
just sing a song? Like, okay, I'm gonna make a song for Jack. It's gonna
That's
be a
what I did,
remake.
you dumb
It's
fuck.
gonna be
He's
a
fat and
remake of
lazy,
Frank
Lou.
Sinatra's "I Did It My Way," and it's gonna be called "I Did It Jack's Way." I'm gonna do
Wow,
it,
you're
Jack.
something else. Go ahead. But if you want to rewrite what I did, just do it. I mean, that's fine. I thought I did a pretty good job.
Is that ChatGPT.com? What is it like? .org?
I don't even use it, so I wouldn't. That's probably .org, I would imagine. I don't know if it's open source or not.
Tarek is back. He's here to serenade Jack. Sing a song for us, Tarek.
Do you know that our paths brought us to today? And it's finally today. It took eternity to get here.
Jack,
can
I
sell
gave you your own song. Now you have to sell it. And that's how you solve all your problems. You sell the song.
Sell.
Jack was looking for love in all the wrong
Okay.
places.
Instead of sell, how about you put it up on iTunes, you put it up on Spotify, and you get downloads for $1 a piece and hope that you
But
get
you know, there's not a lot of love here. I think we need to bring the love back into the show. That's what Jack wants.
But I agree. But
okay.
What Scott's doing is he's pointing out a focus on money. But that's kind of missing the point of me, dude.
Scott, are you focused on money?
No, my gift to him would be he takes the money. I'm not trying to make nothing there. That's on you.
I
You
know,
set it up. You
I
put
know.
it out there.
Okay,
I'm not.
yes. How can I use that best? And that what you offered
There's
was
a way,
one
yeah,
idea.
is there a way? Yeah,
Thank you.
that's the point.
Interesting. See,
Would
life
100
is
people
amazing.
give you $1 for a download so they could listen to it in their
Oh,
car?
I don't know, but please, that reminds me.
What if you tie it to 50 cents of it'll go towards a fund where you charitabilize it somehow? That sounds like cannibalize, but I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So I was reminded yesterday there was a number of contributors, and sincerely thank you to all of you who played a part in the $5 pyramid game or whatever it was. That thank you for those who shared support and who have been so supportive. It's
I got
appreciated.
kicked out.
Yeah, that happens around Jack. Speaking of kicked out, we've got an interesting character. Snafu Snaps is in the back.
Holy
Is
cow!
this Stripper Saturday?
All right, before you bring it up, Jack, let me tell you one warning. Because
Oh.
yesterday I tried my best again to try and make
Mhm.
sense to this lying scumbag that he keeps making false claims about you again, bringing the
I
chemo
only
interview.
did that once.
Scott, why
Oh,
don't
not
you
me.
let people finish? What the hell's going on with you, dude?
I'm in rare
Thank you.
form. Go on, Tarek. Go
So,
on.
please.
All I was saying is before you bring Snafu up, yesterday I sat on his Alina's channel for an hour trying to explain to him again the logic behind chemo. Now, I promised him that this week I am going to expose chemo. So, Jack, have sit back and relax. I'm gonna show you the exposing of chemo that he thinks is all worthy of a claim, a false claim.
Is this Stripper Saturday?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Here.
Well, strip poker would probably raise some money if people played strip poker.
No. Here, I am going to entertain insanity, but with caution. Snafu,
Oh.
you're here on the panel with others. And
Wait, is he a porn bomber now?
He has.
Yeah, the troll army will take out scumbags anyway, Steven. You should know that. But you're safe,
You're a
Jack.
scumbag.
We're still actively striking all of you on panel. So strike team go. Jack, King Steven.
This guy a
You
porn
can leave
bomber?
Lube Ass and Scott to be. Scott to
This
be and
guy's
Lube
a
Ass are
felon,
good with
isn't he?
crew right
Didn't
now.
he blow up a
But hey, I
hotel
wanted to
room
let you
in
know, Jack,
Nashville?
with all the
Go
like
ahead.
music and stuff, I was almost puking and throwing up, not because of music, but these guys are using AI technology for their creativeness. So you know, me and OTW are actually musicians, so to speak. So I'm gonna make a song, but I need some like I need you to do some vocals. I need you to say, just like Clinton said, I didn't inhale. I need you to say, no,
You
I
and
didn't rape the
OTW?
woman that keeps me up, because I need that as a soundbite. I'm not a rapist. I need that as a
Whose
soundbite.
teeth are worse, yours or
And then I'm going to use the
OTW's?
other people who know that you're a rapist as sound. But I am going to make some music for you, Jack. Real music,
Who has
not
worse
AI
teeth,
music.
you or OTW?
Probably his teeth are rotten out of his head. I have no
Please.
problem coming on camera. But
Please.
Steve, we know you're
AI
schizo
music
getting paid by
smash.
the government that hangs out with dolls. You're a
Let's keep
fucking
it on the
weirdo,
topic,
Steve.
Snafu. Keep it on the topic.
King Ding Ling is schizo getting paid by government.
Right here.
Really?
Let me do this, please,
Jack,
to avoid some of the
let's
distractions.
talk. Let's
Yeah.
talk, Jack. Did you not have a good interaction with Jackie Fox on my channel recently?
Yes.
Holy cow!
Right.
Man.
Because she felt comfortable enough to tell you the truth, yo. Right? She got emotional. Right? Things she wanted to hold back, but she told you the truth, yo. I think you did pretty good. I got to give you credit. You tried running away, but you did good in the exercise. Even though I give you shit, and I am going to create real music for you. These guys using AI. I mean, Scott 2B saying he didn't use AI, but saying he used AI, that was kind of funny.
But Snafu, wouldn't
Jack-
that go against? Hold on, Snaps. Wouldn't that go against everything you've been saying on your own channel? That if you go on Jack's panel, you are promoting pedos. So you making music for
No,
Jack.
he's a rapist. He
No,
hangs
you
out. He's
said
a
it yourself.
pedophile
I'm keeping you
sympathizer like
honest.
you.
I'm keeping you on
You
your
know who the
claims.
only pedophile sympathizer not on the panel is Lou Bass, and I hate to say it.
I collab
But
with
when he
you.
cupcakes, certain.
I collab with you, Snafu. Me and you will make Frank Sinatra's "I Did It Jack's Way." Can you help me?
Yeah, let's
'Cause I
do it,
don't know-
Lou. You could be.
I don't know
Hey,
how
you
to
could be
use
the like
computer.
vocal.
Okay,
How about
I'll
you
do
and
the-
hey, you could be my chorus, Lou. Like, just
Okay,
give me
I'll
a
do the
one-liner. Yeah, just give me a one-liner and send it to me audio, and I'll throw it in the rap.
All right, beautiful,
How do I
Snaps.
send? You got like an email or something? How do
Email.
I send it?
Yeah, email it to me. Email it to me.
What's your email? Put it in
But
the
Jack,
back
I'm gonna
chat.
produce real music for you. I'm gonna do real shit instead of just like put some, chat GPT, shit.
What a hypocrite Snaps is. It's unbelievable.
Never
Carrot,
ceases to amaze
how are
me.
those balls on your chin growing
I think
every
he gets
day?
government money. He just takes over the show and makes it about
You're
himself.
diagnosed with
Everybody's tired
schizo,
of him.
Steve.
You don't even
But
work.
hey, no.
Everybody's tired of
Here's
this
what's funny,
guy.
Jack.
Everyone's
I was talking
tired
about
of
the
this.
interaction you had with Jackie on my channel. What has Steven provided? Getting a hold of your family? No. Has Steven gave you money because claims he's the richest guy on the panels? No. I've done a lot for Jack, whether y'all think about it or not. Even if I try and hold him accountable on certain optics. It's all
Are you willing
love, man.
what you've done? You
Don't
wanna
get
take-
eyebrows furrowed.
No, I'm asking
Don't
you.
get
Do you-
eyebrows furrowed.
I'm not, dude. I'm having fun actually, and I'm grateful you're here.
Okay, good. No, I see that. Look, your music, seeing your face had me like go, oh my God, he needs real music. You know, because when they said you were getting emotional, you're getting pretty emotional for AI chat music. Nah. And even though OTW is a pedophile sympathizer, OTW, make a song for Jack. You dumb fuck. But go ahead.
You're really skilled at deflecting the topic, distracting me from my
No.
thoughts. Golly geez.
No,
you're
I know what the topic is.
Well, back to here and now. I'm grateful you're here. Thank you.
In the
but you
present.
were- and in the present. And we're having fun because with fun. We can find resolve. You were taking credit. You were taking credit for the good you've done. All right. So that was my question.
No, I'm pointing out the good. I'm pointing out the good I've done.
Mm-hmm.
Versus
So
these other fucktards.
Are you right? So are you willing to accept the other side as well?
What's the other side?
The things that have not been very kind or helpful.
This is going to be a longer podcast between you and I. Like, I don't know if we have time for this one.
It only takes a moment.
Don't give me that grin. I'm not lying.
Snafu. It only takes a moment to surrender.
No, Jack Talcott. Dictators only say it takes a moment because they give you choices.
Choices are instantaneous. They make this, as soon as it happens, it changes things. So you just got to make a choice to change, and change. It just starts.
What do I need to change?
Number one, what I'd love for you to change is your opinions of me.
Love. Okay, that's like a roller coaster. Because like I said, one day you do good, next day you do bad, next day you do good, next day you do bad. I've told you my general opinionation on you. You understand that?
I know.
You've told me your opinionation on me. But that is a roller coaster of up and downs. Fair? Same with me, right? Fair? Roller coaster of up and downs. Period.
Yeah.
Whether it's bad ups and bad downs, or good ups and good downs, it's a roller coaster.
It's been inconsistent with you. You're a wild card, dude.
And same with you.
All right. Well, here, this is good. We're finding similarities because you and I are not that different.
Communication.
Here, dude,
you could bring the others up. I'll yield. I'm actually proud that we had this cock.
All right.
So I will And notice I'm the only one that usually advocates to bring the others up. All you fucktards, you're welcome.
You know, I
Go ahead,
spent I
Jack.
spent a little time working on something and trying to include my thoughts. Jack, even though him and I had a fucking falling out last night, you want to dismiss it that easy? Hey, that's okay, Snaps.
It's a
That's
chat
kind of
GPT.
fucked up.
Why didn't you sing
No,
him?
I didn't
You
do
worked with
Chat
artists
GPT.
and musicians,
No,
Scott.
I wrote the words.
snafu.
Chat GPT
Scott, you
did
didn't
this.
write nothing. You used the AI.
You
Stop
prove that,
arguing.
and I can prove otherwise.
This is what happens when Snafu's put in the co-host seat.
I'm not a
What
co-host.
happens?
I'm not like
Every
you. I'm
time
not.
when
Hey,
you say
hey,
over.
get this, Steven. Steven, get this. I'm actually
How
one
does
who
thought he
that
reached out
said
to
he
happen?
his
was
family.
going to yield,
I'm
Jack.
actually
I got
one
a
who
history.
fucking got
Snaps.
government connections that could help him. I'm actually one who does. Like Steven, how come you don't
Blah
donate?
blah
You
blah.
talk you're so wealthy.
Snafu.
How come you've never
Blah
once
blah blah.
donated to
Right.
any of these people ever, Steven?
Snaps. Can
Because
I
even
say
Tarek
one thing?
donated
And you
to
can
me.
be quiet.
Even
Can
I
I say?
gotta give Tarek credit. Even Tarek has helped me out, supported
When
me
did
at
they
one time.
let you out of the
How come
D
you've
block of
never
the psych
supported?
ward?
No, how come you've never supported Jack or any of the?
Do you
Because I
need
gotta admit,
money,
Tarek, even
Snafu?
Tarek,
What do you need?
He needs
Are you
commissary.
looking for
well,
money,
give me
Snafu?
$100. I'll split it
Are
with
you
Jack.
broke?
Oh my God.
58.
Why would I
Yeah,
want to give you
sure.
money?
We'll give it all to Jack. $100.
I'll flush it down the toilet
I'm
before I
gracious.
give it
I'll
to
give
you,
him what you
Snafu.
just offered. What do I need? Then you pulled it away from me like a little Jew. So give it all to Jack. $100.
You're nuts,
All right.
dude.
Are we
Here,
done, Snaps? Let's
Okay.
get it out of there.
let's
I'm done. No, but I do respect you, Tarek, on that fact. 'Cause even Tarek, when we would get along, he supported and helped. Blah blah. He gets it. Jack, same thing. Like I just think Steven runs his mouth on how wealthy he is and
No,
doesn't want to
no,
help
no.
people. Go ahead.
Snaps. I
Steven.
told you before, I will stand by any claim you make that has proof. I'm not against you, but when you make claims against Jack and other with no proof and you push it, I will expose
He
those
just made
claims. I don't
what
I
hate
shows
will
you. I
be
me
don't
waiting. Hey,
dislike
I
you.
page
will
full
open
of
my channel
claims.
up. We can review chemos together. I'm fine with that.
You don't let me talk, dude. You already went over this yesterday over Lena. You promised you're gonna let me
He
talk. I barely
talks over
talk, and
everyone.
it's
That's
not gonna work.
true. That's true.
Well, and here in
Did
this
I just
stream,
not let you talk now?
snafu.
Sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
No, snafu. You said you were going to yield, and then as soon as people come up, as the moment anyone says anything, you're engaged. Chill,
That's true.
please.
That's true. It's hard
Okay.
when you're just an elite against some cupcake fucktards, but I'm sorry, Jack.
Well,
It's
here,
hard when you don't have a filter
What
and
Real
you don't have a
journalists, real
brain.
whistleblowers, sometimes we get carried away. Sorry, go ahead, sir.
what if you change
That's why
what
they
you
don't let him
see?
around children.
You change what you think you see, right? You'd not be so quick to judge. And I'm going to honor the contributions. Snafu, thank you for joining. Namaste, TF away. Thank you for the contribution. We'll do at least 5 minutes. It's 46 now.
Hey, thank you again
we just
as well.
should we just
Take a
deport
5-minute break.
Snafu back to India? Should we just deport him back to India?
They
And
don't
just,
want
you know,
him.
it would be so much quieter here,
We
put
all
him-
have
Yeah.
wouldn't
we
it?
all have versions. We all have reflections of snafu within ourselves. And so we want to treat snafu how we would want to be treated, even if we're at our worst. And he's not at his worst. He's actually behaving pretty well today.
Well, I
And
would
I-
agree.
Yes. Today he is.
I've been seeing
Yesterday, Jack, he was saying so many bad things about you, me, and everybody. It was pathetic. But I
Oh,
guess
was
today's
he?
a new day.
Would it be mean, Jack, to let him know that there doesn't seem to be much growth in his blasphemous ways?
there has been growth. Sometimes people are a slow project. Sometimes they make things hard on themselves, but with patience, I truly know we can help each other improve and help each other calm down. Snafu's been living his life. It's been different than mine. We've learned different things, and we've all come to the same point, the same place, all of us.
But you're willing
We're
to go
all
through the pain over and over again, which is kind of strange. I mean, remarkable, I guess, in some rights, but Jesus Christ. Even,
That's what I was kind of looking at. How many times do you got to touch the stove before you realize it's hot?
Well,
Go ahead, Tark.
what I'm saying, back to what they were saying, I totally agree with Jack on this. If you are a Jesus follower, you're supposed to give people chances no matter what. You never give up on nobody.
All right, Tarek, I'm really glad you brought that up because that's how I've been trying to live. Now, have I received that? No.
Have you really lived that way? Answer that question.
Yes, Scott.
Okay.
I don't throw people away. That's the context of what I'm speaking of.
Okay. Okay. Let's field that one a
Well,
little
we
bit.
haven't thrown you away either, Jack. We're here all the time.
True.
I know.
I absolutely agree with not throwing anyone away, but I
I
also do
I don't
agree
think
with
that.
there has to at some point be corrections.
Well,
Sometimes you
I'm
gotta
all
let
for
it go, though.
correction. We should put the dog collar on Snafu again and get him to shock himself, like he did on video. We should
Okay.
correct
I
him
think
that
that's
way.
what caused half the problem to begin with.
No, we don't need more suffering or mockery, to be
Just
honest.
correction, not suffering. Not.
Right.
I didn't say electric chair. Just dog collar.
Correction. The best correction is through proper leadership, because proper leadership guides the individual to learn the lessons that are before them. And you mentioned, despite your doubts, Scott, yes, I have been seeking to live like Jesus, not throwing people away, but trying to bring peace and unify. But my life experience, and I'm not complaining, this is just Jack's life, I got thrown away. And I don't really understand why, because I haven't had a chance to communicate with the people involved. So
Hey,
Snafu has
that's
found a
not
way,
that's not a trustworthy fucking messenger, though.
but this is what God has brought to me. So I don't want to punish Snafu for what has happened. I'd love to help him see that he has the opportunity to
Can I
serve
ask
God.
you if it turned out the way you wanted it to?
What do you mean?
His involvement.
Not so far, but neither is yours.
I haven't involved myself in that era, in that aura, or in that realm of your life at all.
I know.
So, I mean, this is to avoid conflict in something I don't want to create it. And not knowing much, I've tried to stay outside of that, but I know what he's done. And it seems like instead of, trying to put out fires and create an olive branch or a scenario where we break bread, he poured gas on a fire.
Well, Scott, this is where I'm in the bigger picture. This is what I'm trying to point at. We're all being tested. And Snafu has an opportunity to encourage Chemo, my son. He's found a way to connect with them somehow. He can encourage mercy. He can encourage forgiveness, but he didn't choose those things for me. He's placed himself in a role where he feels the need to punish me. Well, that's just what Chemo did and other people. So rather than looking at the facts of me, I'm not as accused, and no one's in danger with me. So
You and this may be some people's disconnect. You say instead of looking at the facts, when most people can't really assess these things as facts, and so that's almost like a buzzword or a red flag psychologically.
maybe
Where
for you,
well, and then I'm
but
probably
but Scott,
representative of a handful of others out
Scott,
there.
well, okay, so let's get past the red flag and let's understand the human mind. There's a will within people that if they don't want to look at something, they will not see it. And for whatever reason, and again, for whatever reason, people from my past who used to love me, they stopped finding any reason to allow me around.
Jack,
Every
And
one of them.
if I may. Hey, Jack, if I may. This is why I told OTW I'm very profitable. Thanks for hooking Jack up with money to get, you're the only profitable guy up here. That's why I tell him you should pay me. So I'm glad you made some money. But Scott, The point is Jack for years has said, help me connect with my family, help me get connections, da da da. He just literally said, Snafu's the only one who's done it. And he's been telling all you guys
You
publicly for
didn't help
years.
him. You
Sure.
didn't help
Have you
him.
connected with his family? Have you talked to his family? Did you? I proved.
Snafu, though, what you're missing is you have not helped me. You helped the people who opposed me.
He created
And
more of a divide.
I've been saying since 2018, when I found God, people stopped understanding me in my life, in my family, my career, my neighbors. I got misunderstood. Maybe I did make mistakes. Maybe I communicated wrong, or I expressed some frustration, but I've been misunderstood, wrongfully accused. I've been interrogated. I've been punished. I've been blamed, avoided, rejected, and I'm still here offering forth faith in God and love for mankind. So the fact that Snafu can't see the value in helping a father and son unite, the fact that the pastors in town couldn't see the value in helping a father and son reunite, or a disabled veteran achieve justice with his federal employer. My life has become unbelievable to me, but it brought us to here and now. And here and now, if we work together, I don't need my family. I don't need the people at the post office. If we unite together, we can find a way to bring peace to the world in the name of love, in the name of justice, righteousness, in the name of truth, in honor of God. We can create a world worthy of the return of Christ, and we can live that way. When we all start trying to live with more love, it helps. It becomes easier. And I've imagined this, guys, a world where people truly love one another. So Snafu's been tested in his life and in his experience with me.
But
I'm a contradiction. Go ahead, Scott.
nothing. I mean, Jack, that's you say a lot sometimes, and I don't know if it's just talking in circles to me. If this is my fucking shortcoming, or I'd like to see you move towards some of your goals. I know the situation with Snafu. From what I gather from it, it went just south. He utilized that opportunity to attack you, and not only somewhat, but on multiple platforms and for extended amount of time.
That's his pattern. That's
And
his pattern.
and so, as delusional as he may be, somehow he thinks the act of communicating on your behalf was a good thing. And as much as he did this communicating on your behalf, he did it with a fucking Molotov cocktail in Jack's name,
Yep.
or multiple Molotov cocktails. Just went
Yep.
around spreading fires on you.
I agree.
He's not alone. I've experienced
Well,
many versions of Snafu.
at some point, though, okay, let's vision board this out. All right, if you're accepting of this behavior and they keep going, then they haven't pushed you to your limit. Are they going to keep pushing? When people come into your life and they teach you who they are, they tell you who they are, they show you who they are. At some point, you got to believe them.
Oh, I
He's a
do.
he's a
Well,
backstabber. He's a dirty
I
fucking
know.
pool player.
yeah.
Scott, I'm not blind to that. But the real life situation is
He called him.
my obstacle to my success has been communication, right? Being able to communicate with people in my community. I have been rejected from my hometown. So I went online trying to find and build community, but I found more tests and more chaos.
Is it possible changing your method or your approach to communication could be the golden ticket, if you will, to Charlie's Chocolate Factory?
Of course, and I've been improving in my ability to communicate,
That I'll
but
give you.
people,
That I'll give you 100%. I would say over year that I've known you, you have improved vast amounts, greatly. You're
thank you.
still a dick, but you're no, I'm
Well, I've
kidding.
still failed to change opinions of people who convicted me.
I say that lovingly, dude. I say that with, half-heartedly. That's, you backstage me because you don't want to hear me question you, and I don't like that. I mean, believe me, the fact that you're saying things, I want you to come from as pure and honest a place as you can, because then I think it'll be more effective. That's the only reason I ever do that.
This guy's ruining the show. I just got to
Fuck,
say it. I
I
mean,
promise you I
you're
am.
just kind of getting negative
Well,
with this
It's
stuff.
not meant to be
Scott,
negative, King Dig Ding.
Scott,
I'll sit back.
despite what you said and what Snafu claims, you guys get put in the back because you tend to take over. You don't really consider the rest of the people there. You're just there teaching and telling, and it's like, okay, well then you're not here for me.
It's been a 60-second little fucking tirade,
I
if you will.
know,
If it's that
I
much,
know.
you can't take it. I can move on with my day. I got plenty of things
It
I can
was
do.
about 10 minutes. It wasn't 60 seconds.
No,
Yeah, it was not 60
it
seconds, that's for
it
sure.
wasn't that bad, and it's not been that bad. But please be aware, because Scott, I love you, my brother, but you keep trying to get me to understand you, and that's why we have this more direction this way in conversations. But I'm suggesting if you understand me a little better, then what you share would have more value, because you're I don't think you're seeing what's going on here. No one has.
I
And I
wrote
don't
it
mean
all
any
literally in
insult.
lyrics. I literally dissected it and wrote it into lyrics. If you listen to it
Mhm,
again, you'll hear it. I mean, I'm not
mhm.
not pretending I'm trying to understand what you're saying. I'm just calling you to the carpet and
Oh,
saying, "We're friends, buddy. Let's
okay.
see how much we can be honest here." And I know you're truthful. I know you are, but there's
But
go,
what?
King. You got. Well, I'm not
You're
trying to cut
bringing a
you
lot of
back.
negativity,
No,
Scott.
that's not the
And, it,
case.
Well,
That's
and,
not the
and it's
intention.
hard to hold on. Let me
it's
speak.
not
Don't interrupt.
it's
I'll
not the
finish
It's
this. I'll
hard to
intention.
finish the thought.
understand.
Last night was
Hey,
very simple. This is why Tommy, I went back and looked, why he was asking me to come up is because you literally said, I study this, I study that, and I'm, learned in this. And I said, are you accredited? And bam, I was shot down. So I'm
Thanks
not
for the
trying to be.
story, Scott. Stephen, please, you had a thought you wanted to offer.
well, Scott's taken over. He's just kind of dragging the show down. Everybody was
I'm
enjoying it
muted. I'm muted,
until
Steven.
this.
You can have it all to
You're
yourself like
talking over
normal.
me
I'm sorry I
again.
came into your
You're
block.
unaware of what you're doing, dude. You got marbles in your mouth and you got a grudge against Jack. I don't know what it is, but you're just kind of negative. You're dragging
Please,
the mood
please.
down.
It's not intentional. And Stephen, thank you for pointing it out. But we don't want to become negative in this. It's real easy to do. But seriously, Scott, man, I love you, brother, but you don't see, maybe what it is. You brought up that you understand because through the lyrics of the song, you get it, right? In a great way you do. But what I'm wondering is maybe you don't see your connection to me. You're not actually seeing yourself as part of me and what is happening with me. You see yourself far away, kind of disconnected, a safe
Jack
distance.
loves you, and I think Scott loves the fridge a lot more.
Stop.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
No.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. It just slipped out. But somebody in the chat
No.
said something about flab, and it just got me thinking.
No. Hey, we
Scott,
don't need to.
he's a
Uh,
foodie. He's a foodie. I'll put it gently and nicely.
we all have our own challenges and handicaps. We've all got our own strengths and weaknesses. And truly, if we find a way to work together, Scott and I, we have talked. He's been a friend, and he's had a pretty cool experience. He knows a lot. He's very well connected too, by the sounds of it. But it's the past, and here's what I'm seeing, though, sincerely. This lesson came to me with Snafu, right? Recently, in the recent conversations, he's been pointing out how he's been the only one to do this and to do that. So, because of that, he actually has a connection. He has connections and resources that he's selfishly keeping. He's not willing to help. So he's free to do as he wants. But the lesson I want to encourage everyone to realize, we are here to give, right? In order to give, you've got to be able to receive, and you've got to have in order to give. But if you have an idea or a way to help someone in need, it doesn't have to be someone you know. And especially that's when you get rewarded inside even greater ways. When you help someone not directly connected to you. We're here to be generous, fruitful, sweet with each other.
Yes, we should all sweeten a little bit on each other, like a dessert cheesecake or a brownie or something sweet cookie. I don't know what they're talking. Somebody in the chat said, "Jack, please tell your audience the secret about using Rose 777 to gain Hollywood connections." Hollywood is known liars, just like politicians. I didn't know you wanted to work with liars so much. Acting. Roll Z 777. Rolls.
Yeah,
Small
that's
acts, big impacts.
I don't know who Rolls is, but when I've read Rolls, I thought of Scott. That's not Scott, is it? In the chat.
no, I don't
You
know
know,
who it is, but
Steven,
it's not
where
a
are you from that you just want to kind of poke the bear all the time? I mean, Jack is not a non-friend; he's a friend. And if you want to be a non-friend to me, that's okay, Jack. I don't appreciate that. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm
What are you
literally,
talking about, Scott? I'm
you're a
let
just
him
jerk.
speak. Yeah.
reading the
You're
chat
acting like
room.
a jerk. You've said stuff about my weight. You've been
Scott.
listen. If it was a color thing, people would shame you for it. If it was a race thing,
Yeah,
people would shame you. But because
it's
it's my
true.
weight, everybody laughs. Is that
I
it?
didn't
Right,
You
say
don't
anything
know what
about your
my
color.
Yeah, you have. You said about my
right.
weight. You continue to talk about foodie and stuff. I wish you were here because I'd put my fist around your little neck, and King
Oh
Stephen,
man,
you
you
probably
sound
wouldn't like
violent,
it.
Scott. You got
Yeah,
to
you
work
little
on that
puppet head.
rage.
No, I'm
You got
just
to work on
tired of
that
it. I'm
rage.
tired of it. Stop it.
Well, you can change
I
your weight. You
agree.
can't change
No,
Actually,
you
somebody's
can
skin
Stephen,
color.
change. You can
Stephen,
change
Sorry,
your
go ahead.
attitude.
right. Both of you, what I'm seeing, praise God. Let's pause. Let's pause in the bigger
Yes,
picture.
let's
Praise
pause.
God. Because you two are actually reflecting each other.
I want nothing
Um,
to do with reflecting from this guy.
Jack,
If
can I
he's
say
gonna
something in
pick
all
on me, I'm
seriousness?
not picking on him.
I
Jack,
I realize that. Stephen, what you pointed out with Scott was the negativity. And guess what
yes.
you're doing is you're shining your
No,
negativity,
Jack, I want to
especially
smooth
by
things over. I apologize.
okay.
I apologize. I apologize. One of my favorite movies was What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and the mother was enormous, and Johnny Depp was in it, and I think that what's that other guy's name?
What are you? What? Why are you bringing this up? What are you saying that I
Because I don't
remind
hate.
you of
No,
that?
let
I
me finish,
remind you.
Scott.
No, here's. I'm
No,
going to finish
no,
because you don't
no,
understand
let
how
me.
small you are in all of this. I just don't want to get in a fight where somebody doesn't realize if I just moved a little bit, I'd hurt you. I don't want to hurt anybody, nor do I want to think
I
about
was
that.
going to
Please
say I don't
stop
hate
acting
fat
like a
people.
fool. I'm
I
not a
don't
fat
hate fat
person.
people.
Are you talking about me saying I'm fat? Is that it? You don't hate me because I'm fat? You're just hating me. What is your point?
Here, please pause just a moment, okay? Let's disengage
No,
just
what
a
he
moment.
is, he wouldn't say anything on the internet
Scott,
if it wasn't on
Scott,
the internet. It's a
Scott,
punk move.
Scott, you've already shown, okay? Let the truth be true. And once it's presented, we don't have to fight until it's comes through, okay? There's been drama in the chat. There was name calling. I don't know who's doing what. Sammy Sonite, you were one of a few that I dropped from the wrench. Now, consider this. What if you were being tested by say I was wrong? What if I was wrong, Sammy Sonite? Wrong about taking the wrench away. But does that give you, what does that do? Right? So let's remember that even when others may disappoint us, we have the opportunity to stay true, to stay kind, to stay pleasant, to stay who we are. And you know what? I want to point it out, Sammy, your support has been amazing. Okay? I've regular comments, you're regularly here, you are so supportive. I see you, and I don't want you to read too much into what.
Is that a guy or a girl? I'm confused. Sammy, Sonite.
Yes,
Does anyone know if that's a guy or a girl?
I believe I
Never
know.
seen him.
I
Never
believe I
seen him.
know,
Yeah.
but I respect.
But Jack,
This
what
Well,
you were
it
saying about the
certainly
mods.
seemed like they may have learned a lesson, it would seem, Jack.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all here. Sorry to cut you off, but yes, that's what I want to plant into everyone's mind. Okay, we're all learning lessons each day, so let's not take things too seriously unless it is something important. But let's learn. Let's learn together. Let's have fun. Let's recognize, right? I am convinced of the words in the scripture. What Jesus said, right? I'm suggesting that's what we do. We repent, we turn, and follow his way of love, right? Compassion, forgiveness. We can find that in ourselves and share it. And maybe that's where it's got to start. Maybe you got to find the compassion and forgiveness in yourself first. And then you start seeing opportunities for it elsewhere. Because I've forgiven myself for all of my past mistakes. Now I keep facing all sorts of different new accusations, but all of us can do this.
Well, Jesus had a sense of humor, though, right? Like it wouldn't be bad to have a sense of humor. I'm sure he did joke around with the disciples and stuff like that. It's not necessarily. See, a lot of people think it's evil as soon as somebody makes a joke or something. I might make a couple gay jokes or fat jokes or something, but I don't. Doesn't mean I hate fat people. Was my point earlier. I don't
You know
hate them.
what? Listen. Do me a favor, Steven. All right. I have no problem with somebody telling a joke, but saying
What's wrong,
something that's
Scott?
not funny and a ad hominem attack is not a joke. Making
Well,
a comment about
I'm
somebody's
not
weight or
making
about
any.
them going to the refrigerator, what is in their refrigerator, what they're eating
Oh,
tonight, you know nothing about me, nor about my weight or the reasons for it. Okay?
Right.
well,
So if
Bex
you
is
want to
fat,
attack
and
somebody, listen, stop and
okay,
listen for a minute because I think
hold
you have a
on.
bigger mouth
Please,
than you have ears.
please.
Well, you've been
So
talking
Hold
a
on.
lot this show, Scott.
But you're
You've been
both
talking a lot.
you're both
Go ahead,
you
Jack.
obviously know. You obviously know
Go
everything.
ahead,
I'll,
Jack.
I'll digress. You
No, go
fool.
ahead, Jack. You're cutting him off.
holy cows. Well, peace can be found, but you know what?
With
I've
a
dealt with
fool.
being overweight.
Hmm.
Each of us, we have these battles and conditions that Some of it is our fault, some of it is not our fault, but we don't need to diminish each other. And Stephen, I think that's what Scott's trying to point out to you is even though you may not have cruel or dark intentions,
I don't.
it still causes people to.
Was that not a good movie? What's Eating Gilbert Grape with Leo DiCaprio and it's an autistic kid and the big fat mother, and then Johnny Depp was the other.
Do you have any
the
other?
movie,
Do you
right?
have any other movies, or is that one you want to discuss tonight, King?
Holy cow,
I
Scott!
thought
Why
that.
are you getting so sensitive?
Yeah,
Why can't you let
yeah.
it go?
Well,
Just let it go. Let's move on.
Actually, yeah, Stephen, we don't need to keep going back to that.
It's
Okay.
literally
Okay.
his way. Jack, you hear how Tarek goes and calls me
Scott,
out for it when the
Scott,
actual reality is, King,
Scott,
shut your fucking trap.
Settle
Just
down.
stop.
please.
Calm
No,
down,
no, no.
Scott.
I'm going to start attacking you. I'm going to see what I can
You're
do to bring
Calm
that
trying.
thunder by
down.
Why?
you little
Why?
puppet face.
Well, please. We trigger each other. Now
He's a dipshit.
our triggers are our
It's not even a
issue.
trigger. It's just I know what he's doing, and then Tarek
A
wants to chime in and
trigger,
play. It's just a punk.
a trigger is a reaction. A
He's a little
reaction
man. He's
causes
a
us
little man, Jack.
a
That's all.
re and a reaction causes us to speak, to interrupt, to cause a resistance, to cause a disturbance. So please,
So he's
when we
disturbing your
calm,
show by attacking me across you.
you are interrupting and disturbing the peace with your need to be
My
right.
reaction.
Scott.
My reaction.
Right. So
Right. So
please relax.
turn your head the other way now and look at the dumb shit and say, you little fucking minded punk, stop.
Wow.
Scott, he's sitting silently. You're
This
still
time
throwing
I
a
was sitting
tantrum.
silently. He threw it, right? Pay attention. Keep up.
Holy cow,
Scott,
dude. Well, Scott, what did
Oh.
Jesus say? Didn't Jesus say turn the other cheek? Like when two people are fighting, one has to turn the other cheek so you can move on.
hey, let me address a comment here. Let's not assume so much. Golly geez, the human mind, the anxious ego, if it doesn't get an answer right away, it starts coming up with all sorts of stories and assumptions. Genitals, why is it not okay to tell your audience you work with Hollywood Rose 777, Jack Talcott? After all, it was shared on the Illumitami show yesterday. It's not that big of a deal. I'm
Not only that, Jack, but that's the third comment on that in chat.
I
So
know.
not only are people not being told, but you are telling people, Jenna. Then not only did he highlight your comment once, he did it twice. So now everybody that's watching the video is being told by proxy, by you, and it seems Jack has no problem with it, but you do. Maybe you should come up and speak on it.
Well, are you speaking for Jack now, Pero, or because
No,
you're
No,
kind of
I'm just
keeping it going? You're
no,
kind of
I'm just
keeping it going.
I'm just seeing how it is in my perspective from here. It was said in chat not only once but several times, and now
Come on,
Jack
Adolf.
highlighted it twice.
and you know
Come
And it
on,
what?
would
Adolf.
seem to, and it would also seem to take away from the good things that's been going on in here, like the growth in some people's behaviors that's being recognized down
Let's
there,
focus on the
and
positive. Great
not
point. I'm on board with that.
having a pep rally.
And you know what? I'll accept responsibility there because I did just what I've been cautioned of. I saw it repeated, El Perro, like you, and that's why I thought I'd bring it up and address it because it had been repeated. But I'm highlighting the distraction, the opposition, instead of focusing on the growth, focusing on the fellowship, on the opportunity that we have.
Amen. Let's focus on that, the positive. We have made positive progress. I agree with Denizen the other day. I think it might have been yesterday when he said that you've come a long way and you've been improving moderating and all that. He was complimenting you at the very end of the show. And I thought that was accurate. Mrs. Neurobella made a great comment earlier. Thank you. She wondered about me and said that I was making the show and wants to see me on Z's show. So I am bringing a crowd here. There's a few people here today. I've brought over here to the Jack Talcott show as the co-host. Mrs. Neurobella, I have a channel, by the way, the Sanity Machine. The mods here don't like to share links to my channel for some reason. They're against me, but shout out to Mrs. Neurobella. The Sanity Machine is my channel. It's the cream of the crop channel on YouTube, and there's room there for everybody that wants to join, including Scott. We have room there for Scott if he wants to join.
That was bad, man.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to be welcoming and say that there's room for everyone.
Can we get a hashtag Sammy So Night for recognizing the behaviors and seeking change?
What? I have no clue what you're talking about, though. But go ahead.
I don't know.
I have no clue yet, but
My
yeah,
channel's
Jack,
a big tent, like a circus tent. Everybody's welcome to fit under
Yeah.
the big circus tent.
Speaking of, we have a returning friend. See where it goes. Snafu.
Oh, a clown.
Geez, not your only returning friend, but the only profitable one up here. Like I said, you made your money when I was up here to get me out, but all I saw was Steven just try and cap
But you accuse him of rape,
these
so
numbers in your
and then you
audience.
try to.
I just am watching the shit show, Jack. But
You're a false
Go ahead.
accuser. That's
Let him-
not Christian.
not on
Sorry,
Jack's part,
Go ahead.
dude. You literally like did this like Griff Clout
Go ahead.
promo weird shit, guys. By the way, Steven is a diagnosed schizo collecting government
here we
funds.
go. Here we go. Snap, stop what you're playing. Stop, please.
But go ahead,
Evidence,
go ahead.
please.
I'm hanging out, Jack. What are you up to,
Snafu.
Jack?
Here, I'd love
What
for
are
you
you
to
up to, Jack?
doing a live stream. The topic today: finding alignment on your path.
Okay.
Alignment
I
and
love
path.
how Scott. I wanted to say something. I love how Scott was questioning my tactics, my ways, blah blah. Now, me and you have personal, blah blah. Scott, when Jack has asked you to help him, why does Scott feel it's not his? He claims he's helping you with this AI song, blah blah. When it comes down to your family, how come Scott hasn't reached out like you asked him to?
Holy cow, man! Holy cow! Snafu, I'm sorry to interrupt, Zach. Snafu, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's no one's responsibility to do anything. We don't need
Yeah,
to
I
judge
get it.
others.
I'm just pointing out, as Jack needs to understand, the only one who has.
Snafu, before you go looking at others, you should look at your own shortcomings.
And you
Where
blame
have
me. You blame me for listening to them. That's where I don't get it, because they told me the story.
Well, I blame you for not accepting what I've said. I don't know what happened there. Praise God, man. Praise God.
Praise God. Is there hope for Snafu, or does he need medication? Or that's what I'm confused on about.
I don't know.
I'm all for giving people chances, but is he too insane? Is he?
I think there's hope for both of you.
Yep, exactly. And here's the thing.
What do you mean?
Snafu is showing his patterns, right? He shares what he thinks. I don't think he's holding things back. He's pretty.
Well, he thinks everyone's a pedo rapist, though. I mean, he has some issues.
Right.
He shares what he thinks, but.
Well, exactly. And he's confused. He's misled himself, and he's allowed himself to become deceived. Now, what heals deception? The truth. What heals confusion? Answers. But the questions he's asked, he keeps trying to recreate and prove his conviction about me and others. This is what the ego mind does. Addict will do this.
I agree.
I think he must have been molested or something. He's got some issue. I'm not accusing. I'm just saying there has to be something in his past to have driven him like this.
Of course.
It's obsessed. Like, he's just obsessed.
It may not have been anything single. Each of us is created over a lifetime of experiences. But here's what I know. Snafu, the question came up, could he be transformed? Yes. Rocky, thank you, brother. The contribution was super sticker. Thank you. If Snafu, when Snafu learns how to be at peace, he'll see things differently. And I've witnessed people experience, and I've experienced it myself, miraculous transformation, instantaneous change. I think Snafu could become a miracle, right? He could become evidence of a miraculous transformation. How? By learning how to chill out and be
Yep.
more forgiving.
Well, he has to repent a lot, Jack, because I mean, the stuff that he says all the time about everybody, he has to do a lot of
Mhm.
repenting. So yeah, everybody can be saved. But yesterday, for example, he was also saying that Daisy, has a great mind and she's right about Jack. And he's just like back and forth at you, like how do you define this insanity? Like yesterday, he was all over you again. I was trying to defend the truth in you, and today he comes on here act like nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Are you calling him a cockroach or mental, or what are you saying, Tarek?
Oh, he's definitely a cockroach, a mental, probably.
Well,
Probably.
he's a sign of the times. There's many people living similar but different to that. Get up each day and put on the suit of armor and ready to go fight the same battles over and over and over. But what the ego will do, the confused mind, it'll find an enemy where there is none. And then it'll work real hard to beat this enemy. And I'm not Snafu's enemy. I'm actually I could probably become a great friend to him. But
Does he have a real friend? Maybe that's an issue. I don't know.
He doesn't
I don't
have
know
any.
much
I
about
don't
the
know.
guy.
I
but
don't know. I don't know.
He seems to be really far gone, though. He needs help. Maybe God needs to put him on a spiritual diet.
Maybe you
Well,
need somebody like you.
we all need each other.
God.
We all need each other, not for punishment,
What?
right? We need each other for leadership to help guide ourselves and each other. So, Snafu, brother, there's people who care about you
No,
here.
hey, you know what? I saw the comment about Rose. Guess what? I had a conversation with Rose just a few days ago because
Mhm.
me and Rose were talking about
Did she pee on you?
the Nacho Cuifa story. Because I'm
Mhm.
trying to say, hey, so
What are you
whoever's
doing?
saying that shit about Rose, I've even talked to Rose. Now there is
I
Okay.
think
pogo
this is
optics, but
Snafu's life.
I'm kind of curious. Do you and Rose talk? Like, did she connect you with some sponsors or optics? Just curious, or try to, or what does that person talk about?
Optics?
I mean,
Huh?
or is that just weird shit? Because I talked to Rose, but my conversation was about Nacho Cuifa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Your agenda.
see, I'll agree the optics are high, but it seems like the audio is low. Nobody's hearing you because it's babble.
There you
Well,
go. That's what I thought.
here's something I considered. Holy shit, I thought I was safe by saying the little bit I did, but this is turning into a bunch of nonsense. Gossiping over Hollywood and
Yeah.
all of this shit. And
Well,
I'm
okay. So now you're getting defensive about that question. That I'm gonna look into it. I'll talk to Rose.
No. Hey, Snafu, buddy. Holy shit, chill
I'm just
out.
here.
Jack, you got
I'm just kidding.
sponsorships? You getting any money, man? Did Rose fucking put you over, man? Are you now a
No, that's
pogo?
cool. She hooked
What's
him up. I
going
mean,
on,
if she
Jack?
got
We're
to, she
setting
got
up. We're
to.
gonna
I'm
tee
just
you
curious
up.
if Jack jumped on it. That's the question. I know she got like it's not
Jump on him.
not a big
Get
deal.
on him. Snafu,
Stop,
you got it.
you jealous fucking
Texas.
fat fuck. Steve
There
is
you
right.
go.
The
There you go.
queen is
Jump
right. You
on him.
fat
Jump
fuck.
on him.
Go lose some weight. Find the fridge.
Hey, see ya. Ciao,
Both of
Bella.
you.
So
Here,
Daisy thinks that Jack runs Troll Central. Sorry, Jack, but Daisy thinks Jack runs Troll Central, and now Snafu thinks that Jack runs Hollywood. Like,
You
he can't
think
make
this
this
is
shit
Troll
up.
Central?
But see, that's that 0.1%
I
of
love
the
DJM.
reality. And I think Jack understands that it's only 0.1% of the reality. Why would anybody put any stock in that? You people are fools.
That's no.
And that's El Perro calling people a fool.
Only
Well,
because I've been a fucking fool all my life, too. I admit that. I'm learning and growing, though. That's the big difference.
the foolish
Okay,
thing is
Adolf.
the king up here calling one of the wisest men on the panel a fool. Or
Really?
you're an
Holy
idiot.
cow! How do you know he's the wisest guy on the panel? Just your subjective opinion. That's not
Because I
everybody's
listen
opinion.
to Wizard and I know that he is a learned individual. And I know you can tune in every day and he's trying to learn something new. So I would say
Why are you slurring your words,
probably
Scott?
listen, if you want to come over here, you'll find out.
I don't want to go in a fat pig pen. No, I don't.
You know what's
If
going to
that's a thinly
happen?
veiled
Hey,
threat.
why
Okay,
don't you just
fatty.
stop? Just stop.
Listen, just
Jack,
grow up.
Jack, back him up. You
Grow
know,
up.
at
I was
this
wondering
point,
if
Grow
there's
up.
if,
Listen
if
to this guy.
if he's trying to build
Wimp.
anything or if he's trying to destroy something.
Scott's been negative the whole show. You could do a lot better than this, Scott.
Here,
I'm
we
not
all
talking
can.
about Scott.
We can all do better. And something I tried communicating with Snafu, something for all of us to recognize. I've been trying to get Snafu to change his opinion, but what he's doing is he keeps looping, reminding himself over and over and over for all the reasons he hates Jack, why Jack is an enemy, why this happened and why that happened. He's the only one who can interrupt his patterns of thought. I can help him do that. I can help anyone interrupt their patterns of thought in order to find peace and clarity in whatever's bothering them. So Snafu is an opportunity for a miracle, and he is one of God's children. So please, why don't you prove I'm right,
So if you want to help me so bad, Jack, why do you deal with these fucktards fighting over each other and not help and coach me?
That's
That's
in
a
your
real
mind.
question. Like I'm
Well,
sitting in the backstage, like saying, if Jack wants to help me,
right.
bring me up.
Hey,
But you're listening to King and Scott.
That's a red herring. That's a
You
red
can't learn
herring.
anything if your mouth's
You're
moving.
not looking to be coached. You're looking to
Yeah,
destroy.
exactly. Coaching, we need a dialogue, open dialogue. Let the person talk. Listen. You say your view, snaps. You never do that, and I will expose you. I promise.
well, this is the key that people don't see their own part in what they're experiencing.
I have to
Snafu,
admit, he condensed that pile of bullshit into a few words. That was pretty cool.
he's not a bad guy. He's got a good heart. I think his mind is just confused, and it's because he's allowed himself to be misled. And then there's a lot of people who, because they see his heart, they see that he cares in some regard, they don't want to hurt him, so they allow him to be him. And so Snafu's created an idea where he can run around online and he can say anything anywhere and it doesn't matter. But Snafu, you are showing yourself to be a liar, which shows that you have no credibility. And if you have no credibility, you cannot be trusted, Snafu.
Very true.
10-4.
And there are people who have trusted you, Snafu. People who Snafu's literally not just online. He's actively reached out, not just to people from my past. He's reached out to people I tried bringing here in order to sabotage me and to keep me from succeeding.
Yep.
I've been facing this a long time, and the advice I keep getting is walk away. Well, that's what everyone did to me, and it didn't really help me.
Jack,
Is
I'm
that
not
why you don't
trying
want to
to.
walk away from him?
I think so.
I'm not trying to tell you what to do or anything, but let's say that you
Yeah,
have a
you
bottle
are.
of perfume and it's going to smell good, but if you pass it around and somebody tries to put some shit into it that's not perfume, it's not going to smell the same. And every time you let somebody up who just keeps trying to take, well, I'm not saying this is perfume, but if you keep And I look at it like this. My role in this, and I've been honest with you from the start, I don't want to hear things that I can't believe. I'm not going to buy into something I can't believe in. I told you that to begin with.
You choose that limit. You choose what you will or will not accept
Mhm.
yourself
True,
to believe in.
true.
Mhm.
But I ask for
Mhm.
trust but verify with you always. So when you have someone like this though that's derailing it, doesn't matter how good you got it smelling. To me, the perfume starts to stink again.
I mean, that's what
I
Jack just
agree.
said. You cannot be trusted and everything. So, which
And
is
he
true.
wasn't long-winded about it like Scott was.
Well,
No
Yeah,
offense,
Scott
but
came on the plane. Yeah.
Scott's
I'm
just trying
trying to
to.
settle it into home, like with your mouth, just
Tarek,
raging. Who's gonna get that
No, you
thought?
have a hard time landing the plane, Scott. You take forever to land the plane, the perfume, all that. All you could have said
So,
is he cannot be trusted. He lies. He manipulates. That was it. Done.
Tarek,
yeah,
you said you're going to expose. Hold on a second, Scotty boy. Tarek, you said that you're going to expose Snafu, right? You just said that you're going to expose him.
Very correct.
Who would
On record.
who would you trust? Who would you trust more? Snafu with somebody's phone number or Scott with a bucket of KFC chicken?
I would
Stop
trust Scott, actually. I
oh,
wouldn't trust Snafu.
You would trust Scott? It's a
for you.
fair
Yeah, because
question.
Snafu has. You don't understand. I know way more about Snafu. The
If you
reason
were
why I'm
hungry,
not.
you'd trust him with the chicken.
Jack, you're not
You'd
gonna
still
kick
trust
him. I should just kick him. Hey,
All
do
right,
me a
you'd
I'm
still
favor,
done.
trust
Jack. I wouldn't mind having my wrench back. I haven't had that for a long time. I never used it. It was just cool having it. Could I have that
Yeah,
again?
yeah, of course.
Appreciate it.
Can I have my wrench back as well, Jack? I had one.
Let's not go that far. Let's not go that far.
I had
What's up
one
with
as
you?
well.
I was going to ask you to drop comment and we'll make sure and add it, but I can add it later too. Either way.
No problem. Like I don't know what's the obsession with wrenches. I had a wrench, and what I did that time to piss off Jack, I spammed the chat. I don't want the wrench because
You
it
want me
doesn't
to,
do anything for me.
you want me to tell you why I like it?
Yeah, why
Find
you like it?
people easier. I don't pay attention to chat ever, but when I had the wrench, I went and checked out chat, and I could go check out channels a little easier for some of the people. And that's the only reason I ever really used it, is just to
All right,
see
to
who
make
had
you
a
happy.
channel and follow
He
them to
just
try and
wants to
help their
ban me
channel.
and time me out. Be honest, Scott. You just want to ban me.
Let's go and be honest. If you don't act like a
Be
human,
honest.
like a civilized individual, you
I'm
shouldn't
not
be
a
timed out.
human. I'm a king. I'm a sovereign. I don't
You're
call
not
myself a
sovereign. What do you
human.
know about sovereign? Do you have a channel?
I'm a sovereign being. I do have a channel.
Do
The
you go on and
Sanity
talk about?
Machine.
Do you go? Is that
The
your channel?
Sanity Machine. You're judging
No,
my
no.
channel without being there.
Do you
It's
Okay,
the
actually
what's
cream of
do?
the crop
hold on,
channel on YouTube.
Do
I'm
you
sorry to
do
take it back.
rights and freedom shit? Are you about the
Man, we're gonna do it. Rose,
You don't know what I'm
Commonwealth?
about.
Scott, are we gonna do this all day? You can't read the room that Jack has to speak. He's the host. Like you have to
He
just take a
will.
little
He's
break.
giving me a
Come
fucking
on,
living
Jack.
levity. Let me have it while I do.
I meant
He'll
Scott.
take away the wrench immediately if I take too much. I'm sorry, Jack. Now
Scott, come on. You're
we've
taking
overshared.
over the show.
King me off.
Holy cow!
You know, Jack just highlighted a comment, and I think he wanted to.
Yes, I agree. Read it.
Yes. Thank you.
And I'll point out here, we're all supposedly YouTubers here. So if this is the premise, your premise is that we're all not just here, but as agents of Hollywood. Come on, that's a little stretch. That's far beyond that 0.1%, huh, Jack?
Yes.
Well, the stories people tell themselves, it's up to them to be true. And this is the kind of the thing, though, the mystery of truth is you can be true without being true. You can be right without being right, right? And life really is about the stories we tell each other. Now, for whatever reason, Snafu's an example. Snafu's an example. Whatever reason, he's got this story in his head about him and me and many others. But the narrative with Rose, I did share. I've been reaching out to other people on YouTube, in politics, in all sorts of areas. If I think it could be helpful, I'm trying to reach out. And
Well,
I ask for help to craft some words so it's not just my mind trying to come up with words. when we work together, man.
Rose is Jewish, so she might have some connections to Hollywood.
No, she has
I've heard that.
connections.
Oh, she does?
She has connections, yeah. But here's the thing I would say, and Jack's not allowed to do what he wants to do with Rose, of course, and everything else. But Rose, just my opinion now, my belief, and I've done my homework on Rose. She does have a dark side, and I will expose her as well after I'm done with Snafu, just to let you know.
That's fine. And here, so it's clear I didn't go for connections. I went for the talent I've seen. She's got a gift with communicating. So welcome, Truther.
Welcome. Thank you. Again, I didn't even expect to pop up. Yeah, speaking of communication issues, down in the chat, some people are getting blocked. I would encourage that we don't block people, that maybe we time them out, be a little more hesitant with that block button.
Who's blocking?
I'm not going to call any names. Unlike some people on this panel who would lay it all out, and just tell every detail just to make somebody whatever. I'm not going to mention any names. Jack can figure it out, I believe, pretty easily.
Names. Just name names.
It might have been me.
No, it wasn't you. No, I saw you. You blocked
everybody?
you blocked some of those people who were just obvious trolls. I mean, that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Thank you for the heads up. This question, I don't know. Is there something particular in Snafu's past that makes you a target? Does he want to lash out at you because you remind him of someone? Could be. Sort of reminds me of Daisy. I don't know the details, but this is what I've concluded about myself is that people work out their past shit on me. I trigger their belief, I challenge their beliefs, or I trigger emotions, and then people, they work through their stuff with me.
When did all that start with Snafu? Has he been attacking or accusing you for years, or was it long before I was around on your channel? Like, I don't even know when all this began, but
he said he explained the reason he's after me. It started because I sided with Paul, and then with you. I sided with Paul and Flow State and Tommy, and then with you over him. So it might have been some jealousy. It might be anything.
Well, Snafu used to call Paul Daddy. There's video of him saying that. I didn't know that till just recently. That's the only reason I'm mentioning it. I had no idea all this stuff was going on. I had no idea. Hi, Noel. Hi, Noel. I had no idea that Scott is the brother of Rebecca Baxter-Large. Somebody told me that recently.
Please. I know I brought her up while you were speaking.
What are you saying? Dipshit.
Noel?
Mute her.
It's right there.
Hey, Noel.
Where?
Sorry,
what are you saying, King? What are you fucking saying?
Me? That was Noel that was speaking.
No, you said something about I'm related to someone. What did you just say?
Just the other day, somebody told me that you're related to Rebecca in the chat. That you're her brother?
No, nothing to do.
You're not siblings then?
No, nothing to do.
There's a resemblance, but I didn't know.
Let me do you a favor. Stop. That's all.
You're not related to her? Okay. Hey, I didn't know. I heard that. I thought that you have a family resemblance. I thought maybe there was a relation.
What's your intent by all that, Stephen?
What did you say?
What's your intent in all that?
What do you think his intent
is? Is it anything positive, or is it just
Can you think of anything
a laugh off of somebody else?
I can tell you what his intent is. So since nobody's getting it, and since Scott keeps falling for this, Steven likes to be funny in a character. Now, if you guys can't see it with his words, and if you don't accept it and you let it get to you, that's your problem.
Too smart. He's too smart.
Seems a bit childish to me.
Yes.
Oh,
and actually, it is. I don't expect perfection, but online,
this is what's going on in your house, Jack. This is what's going on in your house every day.
Scott, you're interrupting me again. Just the exact thing that I'm talking about.
Okay, go on.
Scott,
It's all about
you let
you.
the host
isn't it?
speak.
Well, seriously, there's entertainment, and many people have developed these personas, these characters online where they're witty and entertaining, and they bring chaotic and they bring conversations, but it's not focused and it's not as productive and healthy as it could be. I don't mean to have this tone because I'm not disappointed.
We
I'm
could all do better. I could do
Let me
better, and
ask
so
you,
could
Jack.
everyone else.
Jack, let me
I think
ask
you
you a
do,
I'm not
question.
Jack. You're
Does
the
perfect.
he not
host.
address me and then turn right back around and try and blame me? Oh, you could let Jack talk. He doesn't
Scott,
want
you
anybody
sound
to go.
bitter. You just sound
If
miserable.
you
Like you
address
got.
Well,
anybody but
please,
me, kick
Stephen,
him if he addresses me again, please. Just kick him.
Jesus.
Jack, we're
I'll leave him
doing
alone if
nothing,
you kick
Jack.
him.
Just standing around here.
okay, thank you, Noel.
God bless.
Into
Very
something more positive, Jack. Let's go back to something about your stream. Anything that you were trying to create in your opening monologue.
I
finding
have
a
a
lot.
hype man here, the Sanity Machine hype man in the chat. I mean, that's positive. I don't know who that is, but that's a positive thing. I mean, we're bringing people over here. There's more people. I think it's been a good show for the most part. What do you think, Tarek? And what do you think, Adolf?
No, I think Jack sees the dynamic of what you're doing. I see what you're doing 100%, and I actually like it because it is funny. But like Jack said, sometimes you gotta take back the step on the humor and let maybe a more serious conversation happen. So this way, it's in
I'm
between.
trying to let
Yes.
my foot off the gas. I really am. I'm trying not to make so many jokes, or
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying.
I'm holding back a little bit.
I appreciate that because self-control, it's a sign of
Mhm.
maturity. And
Thank you.
not every thought needs to be shared. Not every impulse needs to be moved on. That's part of self-mastery. And I know this is the paradox I'm in. I know um, the best way for me to shine with what I know is to stay silent. But being silent on YouTube, it kind of defeats the purpose. So I'm doing my best to try and articulate some of the things that I know. Because truly, this is our time to live again today. And today it becomes whatever we choose. If all we're doing is finding problems and finding negativity, if that's all we're hearing ourselves talk about, well, at the end of the day, we remember a pretty lackluster, pretty negative day. But
Yeah.
if we redirect, and sincerely, we have opportunities, so many opportunities to grow online, to help. I see them for me, and anyone who wants to be a part of me is welcome, especially if you want me to rise. But the world we live in, the ego, it wants the darkness. It's comfortable in the darkness because that's where it feels strong. Praise
Well,
God,
let's
man.
focus on the positive as much as we can. I know I mentioned it a few times today in the show, but I really do think that makes a difference if we focus on the positive. And if you mentioned silence, Jack, being silent and listening, I'm trying to practice that more and more every time I come here. I'm trying to be silent and listen to others and trying
Bullshit.
my best not to interrupt. And I just think some people always have to be talking or eating. And I don't mean Scott. I mean, other people. There's people in the world that always have to be busy doing something. But if you can be silent and present and pay attention, you can hear and learn what someone else has to offer. And I do try to do that when Jack is speaking. I've been making an effort to listen and not to interrupt.
I believe so, and I appreciate it. And with this topic today, finding alignment on your path, it can be humbling, but it's the truth. Your path is right now. So if you can align with right now and be aligned with right now, bringing forth the fruit of the Holy Spirit, joy and peace and patience and positivity. That's our role. And especially for those who found their way to call themselves Christians. Join me. Let's become set apart. Let's stand out for the love and the strength and the generosity and the kindness we can share. Because that's what really brings the rewards in life. It's not about earning, it's not about achieving or these victories that we keep imagining. Although those things do exist, I found my peace and my true strength in humbling myself. My relationship with God is strong. And that's actually what I'm clumsily hoping to do, is to share my relationship with God with you, because I know God is love. And I do love you guys. So what do we do? What do we do with all that we've received, all that we've learned, all
Did you
we've
give me my
accomplished?
rent so I could block Steven?
I didn't see you in the chat yet.
Oh, I have to
Why
be in
would
the
you want to block me? If I've been very polite in the chat room and on here, I've been doing my best.
Have you really? I mean, really? Really?
Scott, he actually has been doing pretty good. You two did trigger each other, though. You two kind of fed on each other. And so that's
Jack,
why
I never attacked him. I never attacked
okay.
him. All I did was
Oh,
respond. Go
Okay.
back and listen.
I did make an apology earlier for the fat. I made one fat joke and I said, "Hey, I apologize."
One, everything was an inference. Everything you said.
What do you mean? Everything I said was an inference.
Every time you addressed me, you tried to do something with some sideways inference. You know what? Talking about a girl, is she related to me? Pushing that over and over again. There's a resemblance. Look, who's stupid? You? Nobody else here.
No, I'm not stupid.
Then
But
get
what
with the
an
program
inference
and
to what?
don't
What are you
act
getting
like
at,
that. What are you
Scott?
getting
What
at?
are you getting at
What are
here,
you getting at? What are you getting at, Steven? What do you want to say here? You got something to say? Come on,
Scott? You
wise
should
up.
answer. You should
You should
answer
answer.
questions, not with a
You
question.
should answer. You're
Just
the
answer
one
the
that's
question,
actually
Scott.
making the inference. So tell me what the inference is.
An inference. What am I making an inference to? I'm just
What do you want me to
talking.
answer? What's the question?
What am I making an inference to?
Well, repeat the
What are you
question. There's
accusing
the
me of?
inference. What's the question that you want me to answer? There's the inference.
You're very difficult to communicate with,
Go
dude.
back and
You
take
never give a
your
straight
own
answer.
statement. No,
You're
you
like
asked me
NASA, never a straight answer.
what is the
NASA,
resemblance between me
never
and
a straight
Rebecca,
answer.
Joe, in the chat? I don't know who that is. What is it? Why are you asking the question? Why is there a
Your
resemblance?
features, your face. I thought maybe you looked alike, and
When I
somebody
said
said to
no,
me,
why do you say, are you sure? Do you think I would know, or do you think I'm sure or not sure?
"Oh, just drop it, Scott. Come on.
No, you drop
Don't
it
be so
because you're a
negative.
jerk. You're a
Don't
jerk.
be so
Stop it.
negative. Just cheer up. Get a
I'm
Snickers
not
bar.
fine.
You're
There's
hangry.
nothing you could do to take me off of being perfectly okay. It's just that you're a
You
jerk, and I
sound
don't think you should
angry
be.
and
No, not at
bitter.
Here,
all.
let me try and help
Okay.
mediate. Okay. You said something about inference, and Flo might be right. Is there a different word? I lost track. I went to the chat
Okay,
while you
what is an inference? If he's saying you look like Rebecca in the chat, is he inferring that if she's overweight, that's what he wants me to say? He says, "Why do you think you look like her?" That's what he's trying to say. Oh, why? He's just
I
Steven.
playing
never
around.
mentioned overweight. I never
No,
No, you
mentioned
were trying to
overweight.
get me. Okay, so stop.
right.
Look, just the guy is all right. You're funny. We get it. You're funny. And fat jokes are the low hanging fruit. So you're really not that funny.
Right. I agree. And Stephen, we don't need the fat jokes, sincerely. Okay.
Might need to
Jesus
Jack, I'm
Christ.
not
relook at
here to make
those
fat jokes. Be
applications
That's
fair.
for
all you're
co-host,
here
Jack.
for
But
tonight.
that's
That's
what you do.
I'm
literally
not
your
here.
fucking role tonight, you punk
It
ass
is.
bitch.
I'm
It
not
is
here
what
to
you've
be
Okay,
chosen
fat.
but
to
Jack, can
do.
I say something to Scott? You know how many times I've been ridiculed on the internet for the double chin, all the bullshit? Do you see me getting serious with it? It's funny. I fucking laugh with it. Roll
Yeah,
with
but
it.
you
Stop being
know,
so self-insecure.
I have
Roll
no
with it. I'm
idea
assuming
who
you
this
can't roll with it, right?
So
cunt of a
he can
person
roll with
is.
it. He can roll. He can
No, he
roll. To
can't
be fair,
roll. He's too
he
big.
can roll.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give a chance briefly. We're at the 2 hour. I think it's time to wrap up. Sincerely, I appreciate you all. How about brief words, and then we'll start wrapping up.
You know me, Jack. Be blessed. I love you. Don't give a rat's ass whether you love me back. That's
Not
to
that.
say, I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you don't respect me. So may
All right.
God bless you.
Adolf.
Jack, I'll go next. Thank you for having me on. And Scott, your daddy, your daddy, flow state, your daddy, can't hang with you sometimes because you won't stop talking. You can't take things in inference, conclusion. You can't. You know what shocks? I'm sorry. You know
What
what
are you
gets me about you?
inferring?
You're
What are
talking
you
about inference,
inferring?
right? Hold on.
What are
You're
you
talking about the
inferring?
inference, right? You can't understand the inference between what Steven said. That shows that your intuition is not there. He's trying to
Right.
put that as a funny joke to make people laugh, idiot. By me
Rude.
saying that, goodbye, Jack. Thank
Right.
you.
To be
If
rude,
he was
Tari.
funny, he could
I
use
think
a
Scott got
funny
Not to be
fucking.
rude. People were
I'll go
laughing in the
next, Jack.
chat.
No, what
Thanks
it
for having
becomes
me,
is
my friend.
Yeah.
Much love and many blessings.
Hey, 5 Speed. Thank you, brother. Sincerely appreciate you, my friend.
do you not understand the difference between being funny and being a bully? Do you not
Right.
get it?
I'm not bullying anybody. I don't hate fat people.
Right.
Steven,
I
Okay.
don't hate angry people. Go ahead,
Steven,
Jack.
please. The denial. Consider the words. Okay. There's a reason these things have come up. The reason that these conversations happen, and we can all do better.
I'm going to put a positive message out, Jack, before I
Thank
leave.
you.
I promise. I don't hate anyone here. This is to everybody. It's not directed at one person. To everybody tuned in right now, I love you all. I don't hate you, whether you're old, fat, poor, peasant, whatever you are. You could be a Negro, you could be Chinese, whatever you are. I love you all. I love you all. God bless you all. God bless America as well. Thank you for having me on.
Much love, Stephen. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Scott, I love you, my friend. What are your thoughts? What do you
Well, I
feel?
mean, I don't have any problem with anybody and I don't hate anybody, but I don't have time for someone that goes past funny into just arrogance. And what I did is I listened because, he was literally putting the spotlight on me each time he said this kind of stuff. So I listened and it was 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, then I respond. And then he just steps on the gas. So if you go back and listen to this, what is it, 50 or 60 times? This guy's just trying to make me the joke, the brunt of the joke. Now, at some point, do we stop and go, that's not funny? That's
Hello,
just not funny.
Scott. Hello.
Yeah, listen, go on.
Have you considered what you've witnessed me experiencing for the past several
Absolutely.
years?
And I've stuck up for you. And I've been on the wrong end of that too.
Yeah.
I haven't stuck up for you at times. But
Yeah.
there's a whole different, and I talked to you about how your change has been remarkable earlier tonight. You have
Thank
in a year and a half, 2 years, fuck, it's been nothing short of remarkable.
Thank
Dude,
you.
you had some insane rants before, albeit good content.
That it is. I'm gonna wrap up, Scott.
Peace, bro.
All right. Much love to you. Thank you sincerely to all who participated on the panel, in the chat. My blessings, my gratitude. Thank you. You're helping me become me. And I do ask, if you've not yet done so, please remember to subscribe, like, share with others. The typical online nonsense you hear everywhere. But yeah, don't let it be a secret. Like and share the stream, because there is amazing things happening here today. What we had, and for those who are with me, what I feel we are doing. Number one, this is Jack's adventure. I get to share Jack Talcott with you. So this is my life being lived as a personality behind the screen, and I share time with different people. And all these different people are real people, even if they're hidden behind a little avatar or a little picture that's not even them. They're still real people. And real people have real lives, and real lives are happening online, at least here with this live stream. And I think I have been gaining a reputation online for a place where you can be accepted. You can maybe even have a voice to speak. Although if you speak too much, Jack usually gets irritated, and then I get a little rough around the edges. But you know, we are learning and growing together. And to the point, what I see happening online is life. We are a modern day exhibit. This is a specimen of a variety of today's society. And today's society of God's children, man, they are so talented. They are so amazing. But God's children of today, they love to complain, man. I used to love complaining too. And I'm trying to break from that pattern. And we had conversations about that, discussions about that, breaking the pattern of negativity. So let today be that for you. If you surrender and accept to the life you're living so that you find a peace in the present, you can feel at peace and you can allow love to lead you. Even though you may not be 100% sure, you can get used to it. At least that's what I've done. I'm going to wrap it up here. Sincerely, thank you again. Tune in again in the future. We'll see what the future brings together. And until then, choose love, peace for everyone, and live without fear. Thank you again for all the support and contributions. God bless you all. Peace.